Welcome, everybody.
It doesn't add up to me.
Right.
Hi, Mommy.
That's it. We're not losing any more children. We're going to America. I met that as a senior.
So what do you mean me?
Where'd you meet him?
Yeah, where'd you meet him? It's funny how like your childhood really does shape what your kids are going to have.
No,
She knew
that's
what was
peaceful.
going to happen.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back to the show. This is for our friends. We had a week off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Chris every time. He's like, what the fuck?
No
Yeah,
shit.
I'm not kidding. Literally every time. He's like, or he'll like message me on a Tuesday and be like, there better be an episode tomorrow. I'm like,
It is not. Sorry. Or
Sorry.
do you warn him?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, you'll see. You'll get what you get. But he'll be happy this week. Guys, sip my tea 1 second.
We're doing this for him now.
Yeah, this
The
is
show is for him.
this is for Chris.
Yeah.
Not our friends, just for Chris. Okay, so we have quite a bit of fact checks, clarifications. We weren't like wrong about things, but we were questioning things, which I'd like to just give us some answers to. Okay, so the movie that you were talking about was Gotta Kick It Up with America Ferrera.
Yep.
And what's Come on, Chewie? What was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's Gotta Kick It Up.
You going Chewy?
Yeah, I've watched it before. It's just not one of my staples, though.
Gotcha.
So I think there's an age gap issue going on.
I just
there.
thought it was always funny as fuck, like corny.
Yeah,
Just corny.
everything is.
You
Everything.
going Chewy?
Have you ever watched any of the Bring It Ons?
Yeah, all of them.
But
The first one's the best.
the first one's top tier.
Obviously, it's
Yeah,
classic.
yeah.
It's with the Albanian chick.
Mm-hmm. But
And yeah, I love that one.
we talked about this, like the crumping one, All or Nothing.
Yeah. See, that one I've watched once.
Yeah.
The original Bring It On, 10 times probably.
Uh-huh. But the All or Nothing, Nata sent me a TikTok of it, and it's just so cringy. I can't believe there was a point in my life where I'm like, this is good.
The crumping one.
Yeah. This is good. Like, damn. Like, they're so
Chest
cool.
bumping.
Nothing about that movie is cool. Okay, so I did want to read, and I wonder if you'll let me do this. Actually, you don't get to decide what I do. So it's the monologue from Barbie that you were referring to last week.
You about to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. It is literally
Let me try to
impossible.
focus.
Yeah, right. Close your eyes. Don't look at your phone.
All right.
Okay. It is literally impossible.
It's like when you meditate and
Oh my God, guys.
it's impossible to get a sentence out
Yeah.
when Samir's in the room. No, it's going to be like when you try meditating and then I'm thinking about
Everything else.
God knows what
Yeah,
else.
when
But
you're not
okay, I'm
supposed
going
to.
to try my best.
It's
Go ahead.
okay. And this isn't even for you. This is for everybody
For everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like, we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin, and you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but you don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You have to be a career woman, but also be looking out for other people. You have to answer to men's bad behaviors, which is insane, but if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women because you're supposed to be part of the sisterhood. But always stand out and always be grateful, but never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll just representing women, then I don't even know.
Wild.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
My favorite part is... Okay, there's two parts I really like. You have to be thin, but not too thin, and you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say that you want to be healthy, which is like, obviously the goal for everyone is to be healthy, but like, I also want to be thin, you
Right.
know, like, and that's okay if that's what you want. And it's okay if another person doesn't care to be thin, you know, like,
Right.
it's just like such a weird
There's more
standard.
towards other women. I feel like that's
Yeah.
woman to woman though.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Because
not
like a guy wouldn't care if if a girl said, I want to be thin, a guy would be like, oh, cool.
Exactly. But that's
You
in
know.
itself is showing like, oh my God, there's standards that we have to, we make up for ourselves, and then other people make up for us, and then like even our own people make up for us. And then it's just like,
Right.
there's so much to go. And then there's another part. It says, you're supposed to say pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women because you're supposed to be part of the sisterhood. Like, that part is just so fucking real to me. But
like when a girl goes out and looks good and then people are, oh, she's trying too hard. Look how she's...
Yeah. Or even for, like guys, like, a girl couldn't wear spaghetti straps in school because they were tempting to the boys. Yeah. You know, like, okay, fuck you. Like, excuse me, that, like, guys can't keep it in their pants because a shoulder showing, like, you know, like, that's crazy that we have to, man. Or even just, like, I mean, obviously this is the way of the world, right? But I walk to my car at night and I have to be extra aware of my surroundings because 100%. Of the behavior of men.
Crazy men.
Yeah, crazy men. And I'm not saying it's like men in general. That's not what I'm saying. But
even like normal men on like a night out will get drunk, you know what I mean? And then do some stupid shit, like some harassing shit or whatever, you know.
And then like
there's always guys that get out of line.
But yeah, so it's just, I don't know. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was getting in my car. I was like, oh, every time I get into my car, I'm like, rush.
Really?
Especially if it's out, if it's like dark outside. Like I only unlock it once, so I get in the front door and then I lock the front door right away. You know, like nobody's getting me, bitch. You know, but you know, it is the way of the world. But it is unfortunate that we have to adjust the way we live because other people can't adjust the way they live. You know, but it is what it is. I love Barbie so much, and I know I've said it so many times, but they snubbed us, guys, for the Oscars.
At the awards.
It's crazy.
The Oscars? Or the Golden Globes?
The Oscars.
Wait, the Oscars happened?
They didn't get their nomination.
Oh, they didn't even get nominated for what? Best Picture?
They got nominated for Best Picture, but Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director, and then Margot Robbie didn't get Best Actress.
That's a shock.
Isn't that shocking?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how you can nominate Best Picture, but you aren't nominating the director and the main character in the movie. Right. To me, that's bizarre.
They probably just
and guess who
Best
did get
Picture
a nomination?
probably like box office because the hits.
Yeah.
How many like?
But guess who did get the nomination?
Oh, my boy.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Ryan Gosling? No shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking from Oppenheimer.
No.
He definitely got
a nomination.
Yeah,
yeah. But I'm saying like in that movie.
Ryan Gosling
got it.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he did kill that role though.
He killed it.
But so did she. Like
so
they
did
should
she,
both
and so
be
did,
up. They should
and
both
like
be up.
Greta created the world, and
That's kind of fucked. See.
Yeah, and he put
how
something.
Guys get it.
He put something out, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. He most definitely does.
But she does as well.
Yeah, and he put it out, and he was like, "It's so weird to me. Like, there's no Ken without Barbie's world, and there's no Barbie without Greta. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't make sense. But I wonder what other movies, but. He didn't get nominated for. He got nominated for Best Supporting.
It doesn't matter.
Actor,
though.
right? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
So so that makes more sense. Like he obviously wouldn't get nominated for lead role because he obviously wasn't a lead.
Yeah.
But who were the? What is there? Always 5 nominees? Is
no,
it like
bro,
4 or 5?
They have. I don't think they put a cap on it.
There's no
like,
cap. It could be 6.
Like even for like
they
the best movie.
Threw her in.
Yeah, like
there's
the
like
best
no
picture.
Limit.
There's like fucking. Like 12 Best Picture nominations.
No shit.
Like, there's a lot.
Okay, so there's not really a limit.
Yeah,
okay.
but
I just always thought it was like 5. It's probably always like a low number,
yeah.
like 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
But damn, yeah, throw her in there. What the fuck?
Yeah, it just is crazy to me.
Because I was gonna say if there's a limit, say there's like 5 always. Then like what other movies did we not watch that we were like,
right.
oh, okay, you know what? Actually, maybe that one does deserve to be on there. Who knows?
The thing about the Oscars, I think we talked about it before, that really bothers me is they just like miss so many categories that are actual like monumental movies and like in the industry. Like
they just miss.
And also like there's fucking think about any Avengers movie ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think it's because so many Avengers movies, they just kind of discount them completely.
But it's still to me
cinema.
It's cinema.
Yeah, right.
And it's like the way they like those movies in particular, like they transformed it into like a different like era.
Look, I'll say this. So like for you know how I got like my movie list on my phone? I put like Marvel.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't put each fucking movie on there, you know, because then my list would be double the size.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because how many damn Marvel movies there are. So there was one other point I wanted to make. Like they just miss.
Yeah.
You said it. You're like, they just miss. They do because the Oscars goes out of their way to be like inclusive. To like all Like, I wouldn't say the Oscars are sexist.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
So I think they just miss.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. They're just, they miss the boat.
I don't think that like what happened is a sexist thing. Like,
Right.
I don't think that at all. I just think it's like, it doesn't add up to me.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't add up to me. Like, what about his performance was like, I mean, he was.
I loved his performance.
I loved
though.
it so much too.
Yeah.
But like, and you know,
As
what's
a
interesting?
supporting actor,
Yeah.
you know,
But you know what's interesting? Hi, mommy.
Hello.
Guys, we do have a guest on
You
today.
excited?
Surprise,
Surprise,
surprise. Your cheese sticks. Did you bring us all one?
I'll take one. I love them. The regular.
Where's she sitting?
Dive right in, or do you string it?
Oh, string it. What, you bite it?
I'll take this. Which one do you
It
want?
doesn't even taste right if you just bite it off the top.
Which one do you want?
Doesn't matter. Right?
Okay, then I really do want this one. Thank you.
Hi.
Come on.
Where do I sit?
Wherever you want. Yeah,
That's
of course
fine,
you
yeah.
want to sit in the middle here.
We're talking about the Oscars currently. Talking to it, Mom?
Hi. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
No, please
Welcome.
don't do that. Let's be normal.
Welcome.
No, please stop.
You guys ever seen? Okay, so you guys are really young. So
She's the host.
right, exactly. I'm sorry. Saturday Night Live. You guys know Saturday.
Yeah, of
Yeah, but
course.
Mom, you have to talk into it. Like, you can't be like this because I can't hear you. So you
Okay.
have
How
to,
about now?
That's
No,
perfect.
I can hear you. That's a little too close. But like, when you move your
like,
head,
don't
move.
go like that. Like, if you're talking
I
like
have
this,
to. I have to physically.
pretty much
move
try
the
to keep it
thing.
right in front of your
Like
face.
just be like this. Like you're talking and you're just moving. You don't have to be like this. Just
I
move
gotcha.
like this.
But
Yeah.
have you
This
ever
might have
seen?
been a bad idea.
The cheese. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to focus.
Let me just get one and then.
Okay, you've seen Saturday Night Live where they do the with I can't remember who.
Cowbell. More cowbell.
No, not more cowbell. It's with where it's a
Ski.
Christmas. It's a Christmas thing about the balls. The Christmas balls.
Oh. No. Are you, wait, what?
Sweaty balls.
Yeah, but okay.
No, I
but
don't
where's that?
remember.
Okay,
It's from Saturday
I'm
Night
not
Live.
huge on Saturday Night Live.
but Mom, my
You
question
could-
here is
I wouldn't know.
where does sweaty balls come into this at all?
I don't know. Oh, they use these microphones.
Oh.
That's
okay.
what it is.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, "Wow, your balls."
But Mom, are you talking about the SNL thing or is it just a
Yes.
YouTube thing where?
No, it's an SNL thing. It was from back in my days.
Okay.
They actually had that skit on SNL.
Do you remember the one with like the soccer, like how to clean your balls? Do you remember that skit on YouTube? And it's like
But not SNL. Just
it's
a
not
skit.
SNL. It's a skit. I think it's like British. It's like I'll have to find it because it's stupid to explain shit that's you don't even know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna skip that. Oh my God, you guys eating right now is.
I'm not
really-
even eating.
Okay, then Mom, I don't think you can eat this right now because you know I have misophonia. That is, oh my God, and the way
You know what? I don't like that either. Where like, if I notice it, then it's a wrap.
No, it's
Once you know
so
the-
bad. And okay, so we don't really eat at our dinner table. We eat at like our kitchen island,
Mhm.
and it's everyone. They're right next to me, and I can't. I literally.
Do you know how many times
Cringe.
she says to me, "Stop it"?
Stop
like,
eating.
She'll fucking be eating soup, and it's like somehow she's crunching it. Like it is so annoying to me.
True.
That's so funny.
No, man, it's fine, but.
Anyway, I'm so sorry I took over your guys' show.
No,
That's
you're
okay.
good. That's what we want.
We were just talking about the Oscars, but we can move on from that.
Did somebody win? Anybody I know?
It's,
win?
it's
It
not on
hasn't,
yet.
we were just talking about some nominees that didn't get
Some snubs.
some snubs, some people that got nominated, some people that didn't. I am happy for Ryan Gosling. All in all, he fucking killed it. He was so funny, and I'm happy he did. You want to know why too? Because his role was a comedic role, and usually they don't give nominees to like comedies,
Right.
right? So I also am happy that he got that because I said like he needs an Oscar for this
What
performance.
was the?
Barbie?
Oh, he was in Barbie.
Yeah, he was Ken,
Oh,
baby.
I
Did you
didn't
watch
know
it?
that.
Did you watch
No.
it? No.
He was one of the Kens.
He's the
If I
main
have
Ken.
to actually go to the movie theater,
Well, now it's on HBO for free.
Yeah, you can watch it.
oh
For
really?
free on HBO.
Yeah, we can watch it together.
Oh, we'll watch it together. Then.
I
It's
love
a
it.
date.
So good.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again.
Okay,
I'll still watch it. Watch
How
everything.
about,
No.
how about, I wish I have to go for my nails. But how about we do like? Oh, I was gonna say it's Saturday, Sunday, but we're gonna go to the Super Bowl, so we have to wait until after the Super Bowl, and then we all can get here and watch Barbie together.
We don't need to all watch together.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
yeah.
fine.
I was more joking anyways. But
Okay.
I watched Little Woman, though.
How about? Oh, I don't want to watch that movie.
Why?
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
It
Isn't
is a
that the
bit
one
sad.
with?
It's no sad, but it's good.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
it
like
the one
those
where
movies.
Joey wants to put it in the freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to watch Little Women.
Yeah. That's
Because he's Joe, and
Yeah,
I don't
just
want to.
leave it.
I don't want to ruin it.
okay. Let me get through these facts really quick. I'll get through them nice and quick, and then we'll dive into you, Mom. Okay. So what is leap year? We never fucking figured out why it's called leap year. FYI. We talked
Okay.
about it all that time.
Now you know.
Yes. We use leap year because each date on the calendar jumps ahead 2 days of the week instead of one. For example, Christmas 2014 fell on Thursday, and the Christmas before that fell on Friday. Christmas 2015 will leap over Saturday and fall on Sunday. So
Gotcha.
you just leap a day.
I was onto something.
Yeah. So, like, say my birthday's on a Sunday, and then now it's leap year. Now my birthday's on a Tuesday.
Right.
You know?
Dope.
Okay, so are maps accurate? The short answer, absolutely not. Thanks to the varying distances between latitude lines away from the equator, the map pretty severely distorts surrounding landmasses. For example, tiny Greenland, it's suddenly significantly bigger than the places like Africa and South America. In reality, it's 14 times smaller than Africa. This isn't a big deal when using it for travel purposes, but it can become an issue when using it for educational ones. Remember you said Africa? It was a lot smaller. Okay.
No, Africa's a lot bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're saying like on the map.
The map is smaller,
yeah.
right.
Debunking the bus simulation. Like, remember how how does a bus?
After I was driving like the next day and I thought about it,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, it actually does make sense.
Yeah.
Because when the walkway, it's not like you're.
Yeah. So so a bus is 8 to 9 feet, like average bus. A car is 5.8 feet on average, and our lanes are 12 feet. So they just fit in the lane.
They just fit in the
differently.
lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. They take up more of the lane.
I think the real question is, how do the designers of buses optimize the space so well? Like, there's still so much more.
Have you guys ever seen the double buses?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them.
Like the mega buses, like
No,
where
not on top. Back to back, like long, and then there's this little plastic thing, and then you have another bus.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've
but
seen
that's not. That's
You're
just
talking about
long.
the plastic thing, where
So-
it like turns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's
So we used to
a
wait
movable wall.
for that bus when we were kids in New York. We would wait for that bus to get on that bus so we could hop on the back for free, because we had to pay to go to school on a
really?
bus.
Yeah.
And we would wait for the long one because they could never see that back door.
Oh,
So
right.
we would hop on the back part and just drive.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just committed a crime on TV.
Oh, big deal. Okay.
TV.
though.
Whatever. YouTube.
We'll be on Channel 7.
Okay. Two last things. You can return condoms. That's what I found on the internet. We were talking about, can you return condoms anyway? But yeah, you can.
Shouldn't be able to.
I saw
Because
one
I was saying,
say,
you hear
say,
stories
yeah.
like
For sure.
I never really heard a story in real life, but like movies where people poke
right.
through the condom, or like
Mhm.
like those fun little college movies where
Maybe they don't use them. Like, maybe they don't resell them. Maybe you can, like, return them and be like, I don't want them anymore. And maybe they just don't use them. I don't know. I saw one say that Walmart doesn't take them back, but I was like, yeah, my husband tried and they didn't take them back. But mostly everything else was like, yeah, you can.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
Last thing is Lions all grip, baby. There's not much to say here besides I'm just very excited for this weekend.
Crazy.
We're going to this Ford Field to watch the game, even
That's
though
so
it's in
exciting.
San
It's
Francisco.
unbelievable.
I'm excited for you guys.
Kara's in San Francisco. She's gonna be
She's
watching
going to
the
the
game
game.
live.
Kara's over there with
Mhm.
Alex?
No, she is with her brother and her mother.
Oh, how cool.
Mhm.
Nice for her.
Yeah, it's very
What about
exciting.
the pops?
Divorced.
Shit.
That's okay.
Do you know that it took me probably 4 years of their high school life to know that Kara's name is Kara May, but I did not realize it was her last name.
She
I
thought it
thought-
was like Kara May.
I thought it
I
was her
thought
name.
May was
Like,
I thought
her
it was
middle
her
name.
No, I
No.
thought it was like, like
Did I
Kara
know
May.
that was her last name?
you had to have.
I
We
had
always
no
say-
idea.
Like, whoa, you think we call her like Kara May, like it's her middle name, and we just say May?
I thought it was all one word. In fact, her mom's name is Mary, and I used to call her Mary May. I thought it was like an extension of their name.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't realize it was
Like, it was
Like
like
Carrie Ann and Ab.
yeah, Carry on.
Yes, exactly. Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann.
Same
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was like, I thought it was just, it must be a genetic. It must-
Generational thing.
generational
Yeah.
thing, and she calls her daughter Kara May. I didn't realize it was her last name until
Right.
years later.
Yep.
Wow.
Kara Jewel May. That's her
That's
middle
what
name.
it is.
I know nothing about Kara.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, she doesn't know much about you. It just kind of all makes sense. Okay, we're going to get into talking a little bit about my mother. We're going to be talking a little bit more about who she is, because she's not just mom, She is Angie. She is Augie. She is She is phlebotomist. She is doula. She is what else is she?
I am a designer.
You're not that. What
Oh,
do you-
really? Who designs all those houses?
Mom, you're not a designer. Please do not.
Which house is your house?
I have
Like
not
you do
touched
other
this
houses?
house.
No, my dad and my mom, they flip houses.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but you don't get to call yourself a designer just because you do stuff. Okay?
Okay, I guess not.
What do you do? Like pick like the flooring and like
I
the
pick
painting?
the flooring, the paint. I tell them what walls need to go down, if a wall needs to go up, where to put things. And I can walk into the kitchen, and I love it because Sophia's smiling. But so many times I've walked in, I'm like, that cabinet does not go there. Tony will be like, Dad is honest. He's just like, how do you read this? I learned through the years with the cabinet guy how to read where the cabinet goes. But I'll be like, that is not the right cabinet. That does not go over
Like
the
if
sink.
you picked a cabinet and then they put the cabinets up, you're saying?
Yeah, they put they'll
And
put
they
up
put
the
up
cabinet.
cabinets
Yes,
incorrectly.
Yes.
Or if the house already has the cabinets, you'll notice and be like, that's.
No, we never keep those cabinets. We take them down. All
Anyway,
of them, everyone.
So
But
I
anyway,
guess whatever. Designer. If
Anything
she
else?
wants to call her. Knitter. She knits a lot of
crochet. Yeah,
crochets,
yes.
a lot of blankets.
For most babies that come into the world have to have something nice.
Yeah, literally. If she hears like it'll be a friend that I haven't talked to in years, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'll make him a blanket." She's really nice about that type of stuff. But let's start with, let's start with how you got to Michigan, because you weren't born here, correct? Where
that's
were you
correct.
born?
I was born in Ulcin in Montenegro.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't
was
know
born-
Chin.
I was born in Ulcin. I came after my last sister. My sister that was 3 passed away. My father, after I was born, my
Mhm.
father said, "That's it. We're not losing any more children. We're going to America." And we went. I was like a week and a half old-ish.
When you left Messi?
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
About a week and a
Wow.
half old, and then we went to Italy, and we were in Italy for about 6 months.
Wow.
Yes, and then from Italy we came. Obviously, we landed in New York, and then my father had family here, so we came to live with my dad's family here in Michigan.
But how old were you? So you
I was 7 months old.
you were in you landed in New York
Yes.
at 7 months old, and then you moved to Michigan.
Correct.
Okay.
And then
Pretty much right away.
yeah, oh yeah, we just
A couple
landed
days in
there.
New York,
Yeah,
and then
we
came
landed there, and we were brought here by, I want to say, my uncle, that God rest his soul, that's deceased, brought us to Michigan.
No, I'm sorry. It's not funny that he's dead.
No
God-
shit.
Obviously.
God rest his soul. He's deceased. You don't say that to people that are alive.
Yeah, right.
We came to Michigan, and we lived here in Michigan for like, I want to say maybe 5-6 years. No,
Where in
more than that.
Michigan? Hamtramck?
No, we lived in Madison Heights.
y'all
First,
got
we
money.
were in Detroit. First, we were in Detroit, and Du Bois area, way down in Detroit, way down
Way down.
in Detroit, and we lived there for probably like 3 years. That's where Tazia got married. That's where Norshi was our neighbor.
So did Tazia and Noshi meet each other here? Or back
yes,
home?
yes. No, here. We were neighbors in
Oh,
Detroit.
Cute.
Yeah, we were neighbors, and that's where Tazia got married. So I want to say probably about 4 years old. I was about 4 when we moved to Madison Heights, where Tazia's old house used to be.
So you were 4 when you moved to Madison Heights
Yes,
from Detroit.
and then I want to say I was about 8 when I moved to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really quickly, I just want people to know Tazia means aunt in Albanian. It's my mom's sister. Okay, so you moved to New York at 8 years old. What
About
was
8.
what was like? Do you remember the move? Do you remember?
I don't. It was a really weird move because I went to visit my mom's family
Mm-hmm.
for the summer. I was staying with my nusia dai froni, my
Okay.
nusia dai pai, filia. And I went to visit them for the summer. And I woke up and it was like, I don't know, maybe August, sometime in August. I woke up and my whole family was at my uncle's house.
Okay.
And I was like, what the hell?
Okay, so it was just you in New York?
Yes,
And
I
you-
flew. That was my first flight ever.
All
that
by
I remember.
yourself?
Yep.
They
by
said,
myself.
bye,
Yeah.
Angie.
They put me on my mom. They took me all the way. I love me. I love Muffin.
Sorry, Archie looks so cute right now.
He sure does. They took me all the way to the airport, and they put me. Norshi actually took me all the way to the gate, put me on the plane, and I went to New York. And my uncle picked me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they lived upstate.
Both of my uncles lived upstate. Yes,
See, they all got money.
Yeah. How far? They did.
they did have money. They did have
How far outside the city?
My uncle Franny's in White Plains, so probably about 45 minutes by car. And my uncle Poi used to be in Thornwood, so he was in Westchester County. So it's probably about an hour and a half
Okay.
or so. An
So
hour.
then you move to all your families shows up in August. You wake up, everyone's there, and then do you guys stay in Westchester?
No,
or
God,
where,
no.
Where do
we
you go
couldn't
then?
afford Westchester. So my father was really ill. Most of his life he was ill, but he was really ill. My uncle owned a lot of apartment complexes,
Mm-hmm.
and one of his best friends decided to let my mother and father become superintendent of his apartment building.
Right.
So we got to live in the apartment for free, and we were paid to take care of the
Where
apartment
in New
building.
York though?
Right on the Grand Concourse on 190, between 197 and 198 on Grand
Which
Concourse.
borough is that?
That is, well, it's the Bronx, so it's going to be,
Hear that the Bronx.
yeah, the Bronx. I honestly don't know what borough. I can't remember now.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up. Maybe fact check that.
Fat it.
Yeah, got it.
But isn't that just the Bronx? Didn't you always say you're from the Bronx?
I am from the Bronx. Yeah,
So that's the borough.
Yeah, I guess.
That is. Yeah, because
Is it?
the boroughs are like the Bronx, Manhattan,
Queens.
Yeah.
I guess that's, I guess
Yeah.
that would be right.
Okay, so how long did you
212, baby. 212.
You know what's interesting is those are. I'm not gonna give away the rest of your phone number, but obviously I have the area code you have. But then your 216 is the first 3 digits of your phone number,
212.
or 212 is the first 3 digits
Yeah.
of your phone number.
That's cool.
It is
Interesting.
pretty weird.
Okay, so how long did you stay in New York?
We were there until I was about 17 and a half ish.
17 and a
October-
half.
Yeah.
Wow.
October 13th, the year I turned 17, I come home from school. And once again, my life is totally turned upside down. There's a big moving truck with all of our crap in it. And I'm just looking into
You
like,
knew this was going down.
no,
No?
October 13th.
You just come home
I didn't
and you're
even
like,
say
hey,
goodbye to any of my friends. Like, I didn't get a chance to say bye to anybody.
have you
I
seen
was
any of
just
them
like-
since or heard of from them? Because
No.
back then it's like maybe you
No.
have their home phone number.
Dude.
I
didn't have cell
used
phones.
to have a really good friend, Yolanda Evans, and she lived
Yolanda?
yes, on Valentine Drive, which was, we were on Grand Concourse.
That's okay. You don't have to explain.
Yeah, so
we
it
don't
was
know
like
what it is
around,
anyway.
it was around the block, but around the block there's a long way. Not,
Yeah.
you know, like here. But she lived there, and I didn't even get a chance to say bye to her, but I had her previous address, and I did contact her years later. You know, my little book that I have upstairs, what is that called?
It's okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Rolodex?
No. Diary.
Oh.
It had her information on it. So I sent her like a note years later, but she lives in South Carolina now. and
Did you hear back from
But did
her?
you? Yeah. Did you connect with
I
her?
did.
That's
I did
good.
connect. For many years, we would send back letters back and forth to one another, and then we just lost track. I got busy.
Yeah, of course.
Life got busy.
Wasn't there a summer where you and or not even a summer, but a period where you and Mark didn't go to school? Really? Was that when you guys?
That was when I
came
came back here.
Okay, so
Yeah, it was not just a period. It was a long ass period.
So you came back in October, and then you guys just weren't in school.
We weren't October 13. We came back, and we didn't get to go to school because none of our school stuff was sent over.
Oh, it
to-
wasn't transferred.
No. So
Uh,
we didn't get to go to school. My dad died November 28th, and we went to school that following week. So it was like December 5th or something like that.
Wow, damn! They sent you back to school a week after he died.
Well,
That's not that long. I was thinking like a whole year.
No.
You're talking about like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it prolonged everything for a month and a half, a long time. I had
October
to catch up.
November, then to December.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
October 13th, it's almost 2 months.
Yeah.
To December, I want to say 5th or 6th or something like that. It was my first day at Ferndale High.
Wow, that's crazy.
And everybody was so afraid of me. Like, I remember, Frank.
Yeah.
Did you have a New York accent at all?
Oh, God, yeah.
You did?
I'm still the only one in my family that really has a tenth of an accent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tent,
Yeah,
tent.
see. Tenth.
When we were younger, she had it a lot more too. Like she would say like at the drive-thru, like, "Can I have some more sauce?" Like, "I'm sorry,
come
honey,
out.
I only have quarters." Like,
It would come out.
yeah,
It would come out.
Yeah.
And if I go to New York, it's like the George Washington Bridge is the cutoff point. Once you cross over into New York, into Manhattan, it's over.
Her accent's back.
It's like instant.
Really? Because now you're hearing other people talk,
Probably.
and then it just clicks.
My cousin came for my brother's funeral, and we're talking to her. I was talking to her, and I was like, I gotta go. I can
You're like,
hear,
my accent's
I can
coming
hear
back.
it myself.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't speak to you no more. I can hear it myself. It's like, oh my god.
I mean, I could understand that because I feel like even if I were to go to New York, I'd be like, I would just start picking up, like, you know.
But you pick up accents quick.
Well, it's not, but mine's just
You
for
do
fun.
that for fun,
It's
yeah.
for fun. It's not
But
for.
I can't help it. It's like I can't control the way the words come
yeah.
out. It's like, oh,
That's
God.
fun.
Okay, so you know what's interesting fun fact about my mom? So her birthday is April 23rd, and her younger brother, my Daya Mark, his birthday is April 23rd.
That's correct.
And then Nata's sister, Jackie, who is niece to my mom and my Daya Mark, her birthday's on April 23rd.
And I was there when she was born.
Yeah.
And I got to cut her umbilical cord.
Yep.
Nice.
And my sister's birthday is on April 24th.
How jealous is this man right
Oh,
now?
Dad! Do you want to come on the podcast?
Me and you can share a mic.
He's fine.
I
He
was
could
just going to bring
watch.
you up. Guys.
Because I'm talking to my daughter and this wonderful young man, her friend. Go upstairs. You'll be fine.
I asked her to come on.
You'll be okay. We'll be there together in just a minute. Go
I brought it up.
watch
But it
the,
was-
watch the cheese.
Don't
because
worry,
the
he's
dog
like, it's
is
okay, he'll be
literally
alright.
eyeing it. Okay, what were we talking about? I apologize.
Just the birthdays.
Oh, yeah. Dominic was, who is my niece's son.
Is also born on November 23rd.
Sweet.
No, April 23rd.
Eh, whatever. Sorry.
Yeah. So there's 4 people in my family who were born on my birthday. Isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
Okay. So you're 17. You moved to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You're at Ferndale High School.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden, this weird guy with a black mustache wants to marry you out of nowhere.
Well, that was actually, it was a little longer than that because I was like 18. Oh,
So were you a
18 when I met
junior
him. I
or a
was
sophomore?
Senior.
I know. And
when I
when
met
you
Dad.
when you got here though.
Oh, I was a junior.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're junior year. So then your senior year.
I met Dad as a senior.
So what do you mean me? Where
Yeah, where'd you meet him?
Yeah, where'd you meet him?
He was a stalker, dude. Every day, every Sunday at church, he would be behind me. So, history lesson. Let's go back a little bit. When I lived in New York, your dad's sister, your Hala,
Mm-hmm.
Palina, God rest her soul, she lived next to us, and she was married to my mom's cousin. So I would always help her with her kids and take her shopping and everything. And every single time she'd say to me, I have a brother in Detroit. I have a brother in Detroit. You want to get married and go to Detroit? And I said, no, I don't want to get married, but thank you. Every time I would do something for her, she would say that.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward 2.5 years, I come here, this weirdo's behind me every week at church.
Stop calling him a weirdo.
Oh, he was a little weird, but he's cute. He was so cute. He had all of this bushy hair and this little mustache.
Okay. So Dad.
And then he did the Albanian thing where he said, "Oh, I want to ask for her hand in marriage."
But did you guys ever formally talk before he had done this?
No.
That's just
But
bonkers.
you've always seen him.
Yes.
You always see
Well, yeah.
church.
We you know how you shake hands
Mm-hmm.
at church? We
Which
shook hands.
church? 12 Mile?
Yes. Yes, it was that back
That's
then.
funny.
So
I wish it was still like that.
he came
Easier.
Yeah, right. It's not that easy. But he came. They came and they asked for my hand in marriage, and my brother Jack was the older man in the family then because my dad had passed, and he sat me down and he's like, "What do you think?" You know, I was like, "I don't know, whatever." And he's like, "No, girl, I'm not gonna give you to anybody without you telling me I'll take this man, or no, I don't want this guy, or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And we were right, like a week before the wedding.
Still not that convincing.
She
Yeah,
was like,
right.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
okay, whatever, I'll do it. And then a
But
week.
even my mom tells the story that way too, where it's like, sure,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
sure,
that's fine.
why
Yeah.
not? Okay.
He's
Let's
good
do
enough. He's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
mean,
you don't know to be like,
was-
no, 100%. I mean,
how can you be 100%? Even
Right,
knowing a
exactly.
person, you can't be 100%.
No, of course not.
But-
But you can know if they're nice or if they're,
I mean, I
what
gotta-
you'll
they,
know more than what you know. You
well, how
Yeah,
they how they
right.
take their coffee in the morning. You know.
Didn't even know if he drank coffee.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So okay. So after you say yes, yeah, I'll take him. Whatever. What then do you meet him? Like what? Then you
he
have
would-
like the
yeah,
formal,
he
they
would
come
Yes,
over,
yes,
okay.
yes.
The whole family comes and
Yes.
they propose.
Right.
Yeah.
And then then he would come over all the time until the wedding. I would see him he'd come over to my work sometimes, and he would come and grab me from school, and we'd go out to lunch.
Hilarious.
It's
From
hilarious.
school.
What did the students think?
Oh, it was funny because they were all counting down with me. They'd be like, 4 more weeks, Angie.
And how many other people in school were getting married?
I was the oldest one.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I
You were
just
the
said?
oldest one in
Okay,
school?
I got
So-
married, yes. Like,
so
I
meaning
was-
other people were getting married in high school?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You know
okay.
Lisa Frankie's
I thought you
sister,
meant like
Marky's mom?
Yeah. So, but
They
is
got
it
married at the same... They got married before me.
so? Is it mostly Albanians though getting married? Obviously.
you
Oh,
went to
yes.
Ferndale?
Yes.
And there was a lot of Albanians in Ferndale, huh?
Yes. Yes.
No shit.
absolutely. But yeah, but she got married a month before me.
Yeah.
Lisa got married, and she's younger than me. So I kind of felt a little old. But
But
What
so
about the teachers?
yeah, like what were people thinking?
I don't think
saying?
they really thought much about it. They knew more of it was like our
Culture.
tradition and our culture and things that we did. So I don't think they really thought much about it
Mm-hmm.
at that point.
You want to know what I think about it?
I think it's crazy.
It's fucking wild.
yeah, but
It's wild
hey,
to
it
think
worked
about
out.
now,
it worked
but
out
it
for
works
some
out
people.
for, obviously.
Some
Yeah.
people it worked out. But I got to tell you, the year that we got married, four of us, dad's cousins, got married. All 4 of us got married within like 1 month of each other.
Yeah.
But there was like 30 people that year that we got married, and all of them are divorced, but like 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I
But
mean,
I've been, for me, it's been a good 33 years. I mean,
Yeah.
life is not easy no matter what
I feel
way,
like the
but it's-
divorce. Well, I feel like the divorce rate is low for like arranged marriages.
Not
That's
no
not
more.
arranged, but
Not
not
no
no
more.
more, not no
No.
more. But I'm talking about back then.
No,
You got-
not no more. That's what I'm saying. Like the divorce rate now, like these people are in like my age, in my 50s, and now they're getting divorced because
Well, I
they don't want to be married to somebody they don't love
Well,
or
what I was
never
gonna
have.
say was back then it was divorce rate was low, but that's because the girl got nowhere to go,
Bingo.
and
Yes,
and
that's
then
correct.
at that point you got 4 or 5 kids.
Correct. What are you
That
gonna
they
do?
just live with it,
Yeah.
you know. Like you
You-
got an
you
abusive
just-
husband, you're fucking
yeah.
60 now. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right. What are you
You
gonna
know,
do?
or you're 50. What are you gonna do?
Well,
so
it
that
was
so that's
different.
what I mean.
Yes,
it's low in
absolutely.
that sense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but
But
obviously
it's
there's a
pretty
reason
sad.
it's low.
It's
you know?
actually pretty sad to think that you live your one life miserable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
You
is.
should
Oh,
never
yeah.
have to live your one life that you have.
Yeah.
You.
I mean,
only
you
have one
you
life.
truly got lucky that
absolutely.
the guy that
Yeah.
wanted you, and like you were like, and when you said yeah, okay, whatever, that it was somebody that was like an actual decent human being.
Absolutely.
'Cause-
But there was many people who were up to that point that would come and say, "Oh, I want to marry your sister," or "I want to marry your daughter." I remember one time I was like 14 years old, and this guy comes into my mom and dad's house, and I was 14.
It's crazy.
And he's like, "I want to marry your daughter." And my father literally looked at him in the eyes and was like, "I don't have a child for you,"
Yeah. Well,
because
good.
that's what he considered me, was the child.
yeah, because that's what you were.
And he literally told this grown ass man that was probably in his 30s
Ugh.
that this is my child. I'm gonna keep her. She's my child.
Yeah.
You want to have your own kids? Go find somebody that's gonna do it for you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy concept.
And that's the thing. Like, I felt kind of old because I was 18 and a half when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the older one in the group.
Getting married.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And now to think, oh my God, if somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, my daughter's getting married, she's 18." What is wrong with people? Why would anybody get married?
I
at
mean,
that
honestly,
age?
to each their own. It just like is so hard for me to process.
It is hard.
That,
it's very
especially
hard.
Like 26,
Mhm.
no prospects. It's like nothing. You know.
But you're still so young. You have
No, yeah. I
so
mean,
much
But
I
time
that's,
know
in
that.
that's the
I
point.
know
Like,
that.
she's
Yeah.
26, she's young.
still young.
But then now,
Go
16,
back.
17 years old, 17, you were 18
Well,
or
my
whatever.
sister turned 16 October 5th, and she got married October 23rd. She was 16.
My Aj, God rest his soul, he got married. His wife, Drita, she was 16. Just
Crazy.
back home.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
for
crazy.
sure.
And they loved
But
each
this
other,
was
and thank
here.
God, like everything worked out.
But this was
But still,
here,
like
like,
I remember
you know.
when I heard that, like years
it's
and years ago,
crazy.
I'm like, she was 16. I'm like, God damn.
It's crazy.
It's amazing to think that a 16-year-old child
Yeah.
was somebody's wife
Yeah.
and in charge of somebody's home.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the
You run
bride
the house.
yeah.
was in charge
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the home.
Well, and
you know?
but I mean, it is crazy, but you were just forced to grow up. Like, you weren't a child to people at that point
No,
anymore. Like, when you were
absolutely not.
16, you're grown up, you're getting married, you know?
And
Wild.
even
Yeah, it's
then, I will
wild.
never forget, because Tasia will tell you this all the
Mhm.
time. Even then, she said, I remember him coming into our dad coming into the room the night before they were supposed to give the yes or no question answer.
Yeah.
And he sat down with her on the bed and he said, you tell me right now yes or no, because if tomorrow comes and you don't tell me now, I will tell them no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he was not going to tell them yes for her.
Right.
She had to physically say, yes, I want to marry him.
Mhm.
Because he was like, I'm not going to make that decision for you. You deserve to have that power to make that power. And she was 16. How the hell do you make a decision?
And she said, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
she
this is the
married
one-
her
yeah.
neighbor, dude.
Yeah. They
She
knew each
literally
other,
married her
actually.
next door neighbor. So
Yeah.
they knew each other,
Yeah.
her
Right.
whole life.
So it was like a safe option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a safe option. It was
Yeah.
a good option for her. because
Right,
it
right.
worked out and great for her.
Yeah, no, she's the best.
Yeah, it worked out really good for her. He was a great guy and a hard worker, and
He is a good guy and a hard worker.
yes, and he loves her with all his heart.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's an amazing thing.
Okay, so I want you to tell really quick before we have to reset the camera. Tell Samir the conversation between you and Daya Mark at the lunch table a week before you got married.
Okay, so we're sitting at the lunch table, and he comes up to me. He was always hungry, big kid. Comes up to me and goes, "Do you have money?" And I pull up a couple bucks and I give him. And he comes back with extra food, sits down, and as he's eating this, I want to say a pizza. It was those little round pizzas.
Uh-huh.
As
So
he's
good.
eating
A
his
pizza
pizza,
bagel?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if it's a bagel, but like a pan pizza.
Mm-hmm.
As he's eating his pizza, he picks it up and goes, "Are you really gonna marry this guy on Sunday? Because we got married on Sunday."
Uh-huh.
And I looked up at him and go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay."
It's just so funny.
And
Yeah.
I just thought to myself,
And I could see Daya Mark doing that too. It's just so funny.
Yeah, what was Tony like? Was he the same?
Tony was, well,
Like
he was-
silly? More serious?
I
Well,
think
what?
we were more serious when we were younger. We were trying to make it for ourselves. It was different than what you guys have. It was really different. We were our first actual generation of American, try to make it happen, work hard, do the things. It was
Mhm.
more of let's work. Like the first 4 years of our marriage, all we did was work.
Mhm.
We worked. We wanted to make something of ourselves. We wanted to have something. We wanted to be able to bring the kids into a world with something more than what we had. And then we had Robert. Robert was 4 years after we got married. We had Robert.
Mm-hmm. So
3.5 years.
wait, so you and Dad, did you guys work at the restaurant with Daya's? At this
Well,
moment?
when we got married, he was at a restaurant working
Mm-hmm.
as a cook, and I was working at a lawn care place when we got married.
Okay.
And then Daya Jack came up and he said, "Hey, there's this little place over in Hazel Park, and I was wondering, you want to go into business together?"
Mm-hmm.
And Dad was like, "Well, it's a restaurant, blah blah blah." Yeah. So we did. We went into business together. We did, I want to say 4 years there because I
Mhm.
was pregnant with Robert when we finally split and bought our own place.
Mm-hmm.
And then Daya took over that place. But I mean, it worked out good considering that it was a lot of work. I would never want to put that life on my kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's hence why I'm happy your dad didn't make you go into that also.
Right.
It's good for people who want to do it.
Right. I did it for 7 years. I mean, he gave me the option.
Yeah.
Like
you
it's
have
not.
to.
But it's your
But you're right. He
choice.
didn't force.
Yeah,
Like
it was your choice.
you're right. I know a lot of people that
had
they
no
s-
choice.
But like at 12 years old,
Yeah,
like
For sure.
I went in the summer right after I graduated.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
he waited
so
for
you were
that.
young.
Where I know I have friends that were like 12 years old working at
At
Coney's
Coney
and
Islands.
shit, and
Yeah, all night
during
long.
like
All
would
night,
leave school and go, and if it's like crazy busy, they would skip school.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine
because
that?
there was
you know?
nobody to work.
Right.
Or you just didn't have to pay that extra employee to do those dishes. Your kid did it.
Right.
But it was one of those things where you kind of
That's a tough life. I'm not gonna
it
lie.
is. It was hard to do. It was not easy, but it took us where we needed to be.
Yeah.
And then as our kids got a little older, we realized we didn't want to do it anymore. We wanted to be actual parents. We wanted to be able to be home with each other. Like our life consist of flipping. He would work from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I'd go get the kids, take them with the minivan to the restaurant, and I would work from 3:30 to close. I would come home. They would be in bed. He would be in bed. We literally saw one another that brief half hour that we told, oh, they have to do this, they have to do that. That, we told each other what needs to be done. But it was what we needed to do to make ourselves advance in our life. We had no choice. It wasn't like I got married at 18 and a half. I finished high school. We went into a restaurant. I didn't go to college. I didn't have that opportunity to. Maybe I would have if I would have been able to, but I didn't have a mom that worked full time and wasn't able to send me.
Right.
Did we have financial aid? I'm sure they did, but I had to work.
Yeah. Well, and just like things aren't as like, yeah, maybe you had those like available to you, but like you didn't know. Like
No,
you just
and even
even know.
No, even if like I said, even if I did know, I still had to work.
Yeah, you didn't have the you didn't have
No.
the
It
luxury
wasn't.
or the privilege to just go to school and work on that and not
correct.
make money. You had to make money.
I had to live. And the thing was, like, you, especially owning a business when you're young like that, I was the full bred money earning type person because Dad, how much money could you possibly split between two families? I worked as a waitress, and I was the one that was paying the bills and paying the car and paying the
What do you mean
insurance.
split between two families?
Because Jack and Dad both owned the restaurant.
Oh,
so,
right.
okay, so if they made $4,000 that week, let's just say, $4,000 or $5,000 for the whole week, they had to pay the bills,
Right.
pay the insurance, pay the restaurant.
Like you serving.
Water.
Yeah.
Right,
Water,
exactly.
car insurance.
Exactly. But they had to do
Car
all that.
insurance.
So at the end of the day, at the end of the week,
She doesn't get it.
I don't get it, but I'm sure it's something funny.
Water. Come on, man.
I'm
You
sure
can
it's
remember everything.
I'm sure it's hilarious.
It is.
But at the end of the week, they got to split
Right. So
$500.
you're saying
not
you're saying that
4,000,
like you actually as a server were
what's the part?
Yeah.
And I didn't have, like, you guys have the opportunity to do everything online nowadays. Girl, you went to college. You had to go to
Right,
physical
but you see
college.
things now where it's like you ever see those memes where it's like buying a house like in the 80s and like compared to like buying a house now or
how different it is.
Well, the only difference buying a house, like we bought our first home. We lived in an apartment for many years. Robert was born at Parkside, and we lived there until he was like 10 months old, and we finally bought Brandy. And we bought our first home, and we paid $120,000, $115,000 for our first home, which, if you think about it, 30 years ago, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, that is quite.
That was a lot of
lot.
money. But we wanted a good place. I knew I wanted to have Utica schools.
was this the home in Sterling Heights?
Yeah, Sterling Heights. We lived there the entire time. And in fact, it was funny because when we bought the house, Tony wasn't really keen on having the stairs, but he was like, he loved the backyard. That's what got us to buy the house, was the backyard. And I told them I needed to be in Utica schools because I did my research and I wanted to make sure the kids went to a good school. And as soon as Robert, I said to him, as soon as he starts school, I don't care if it's nursery school, preschool, whatever it is, we will not move until our last child graduates.
Wow.
I won't
Because
not
she
move.
had to like you.
I had to move my
schools
whole life.
so many times. Yeah.
I didn't have roots. Like I go to Pelham Parkway when I first moved to New York. That's where I live, Pelham Parkway. I don't care. There's nothing there that even remotely
That
makes
ties you to that place
ties
more
me.
so.
Right.
I go to Grand Concourse. Nothing there that ties me there. It doesn't make a difference. I didn't have those roots. I wanted my kids not only to have the roots, but to have the memories that go along with all of that. And that's why I took so many pictures all those years. I wanted to, and we didn't have any of them. Like, I have one picture with my dad. One picture.
Wow.
And that's the only one with me, Tazia, or Lisa. Tazia took the picture. That's all I have.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thankful for it. It's funny how like your childhood really does shape what your kids are gonna have.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
and it could be you replicate it or you completely change the way it is because you gave us roots. That's one thing, but also like you gave us like opportunity to actually be kids and like and we were all in sports our whole entire lives. Like nothing was ever limited for us. Like we said we wanted to do a sport, like okay, you're gonna do the sport, even though we probably couldn't have really afforded it. Like they had to like work really hard for us to be able to have those, but like it never showed. Like I never knew.
As a child, you really shouldn't have to ever
Carry that burden.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able, as a kid, to have the luxuries as a child.
Yeah, to be a
deserves.
child, to not have
Yes,
to worry
for
about
sure.
where the money and the food and anything is coming from. That's not what you need yet. You don't need to know about that
No,
stuff yet.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it was never really horrible where we thought, oh my God, we're going to lose our house, or oh my God, we're going to lose. But it was one of those things where I never got a vacation as a kid. My only vacation was when I was 8 and I went to New York on a summer vacation, and my whole freaking family came after me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get a vacation. So I wanted that for my children. Like, we would take them to Florida. We would put them in the minivan at 4 o'clock in the morning, sleeping. Oh my God, I can't believe we did that.
A lot of people do that.
I know, but I can't believe we did it. But we would put them in the minivan and we drive all the way down to Florida for a week. Why? Because I didn't get that experience.
Yeah.
And I wanted my children to have those memories. The best memories of my life are those little things when Beta runs up to me at the beach. I'm not having a little bit of fun because Sophia's messing something up.
Yeah.
Like,
I
how
love
could
that
you
video.
take that back?
I'm not
Like,
having
how
a
could you
tiny little fun.
Yeah, how could you ever not want to experience something like
Yeah,
that?
I mean, it's not that people don't want to. It's just people like
Have
they don't make it.
like an obligation to do it.
Yeah, they don't make
Because
it. They don't prioritize it.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Because some people just don't have that like mindset, and like I think that we got really lucky that. I think we got like as like a kid whose parents aren't like, because I'm in the Albanian culture.
A boater.
Like,
A
yeah,
boater family.
yeah.
You could say it. That's nothing.
But like the thing is like we have dad who is a full blown boater,
Correct.
and we have you who grew up in that like it's not like you grew up just like full blown American hot dogs every Sunday. Like it's not like you were like raised
No.
that way either.
No.
But like somehow we got like the best of both. You know, we
Right.
got to be like raised so
Both,
we can do what we
yes.
want to do, but also like we have our culture within us too, which is like I'm so grateful for. You know,
Of course. It's the most. And honestly, it's one of the best things because my father was way. In fact, I was talking to one of my patients today about it because she was Albanian. She was like, you do not seem Albanian at all. And I was like, I am 100%. And
actually 12.5% Yugoslavian.
oh, I forgot. Forgive me, please.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. But I was talking to her and I was like, my dad was way advanced.
Ahead
And,
of his time.
way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Way ahead of his time. Like his ability to be able to like even to see people as, you know, he didn't care if you were Muslim, Catholic, white, black, yellow. He didn't care. He was able to see the person as a person.
Progressive, yeah.
He was so much advanced. Like if he would have been able to come to America at a younger age and to be able to be healthier, he would have really progressed in this country himself. Like he would have made, like my life would have been different,
Yeah, well, definitely.
you know, because he would have made it for us.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He was always sick, so it wasn't like he had the opportunity. But he taught us so much. Like there's so many things. Like I'll say, oh, my dad told me this, or my dad used to tell me that, and my dad used to tell me. My favorite thing of all time is when I was brand new. I went to school in New York. I was like 9 years old. PS 103, which I believe is Hey Arnold School.
Yeah.
I believe it's the Hey Arnold School because
Oh,
I
shit.
swear,
I'm
I
gonna just Google it, but
I
keep talking.
swear I beat Hey Arnold up in PS 103 myself.
Mom, no, you didn't.
But anyway, I came home from school and he looked at me and he said, "Come and sit next to your dad." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I sat down and he goes, "Did you make any friends?" And I said, "Yeah, I made one girl. I made a friend, but she's black." And my dad kind of looked at me and said, "Let me ask you a question. What color is my skin?" I said, "It's beige," you know. I told him in Albanian, obviously. And he's like, "Okay." And he goes, "Have you ever seen a white person when they get burnt?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What color is their skin?" And I said, "Well, it turns brown, dark brown." He goes, "Very good. Remember that." He goes, "What, have you ever seen a black person when they get burned?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What color is their skin when they get burnt?" I go, "Like mine."
Mm.
And he goes, "What's in the inside of them is on the outside of you. And what's in the inside of you is on the outside of them. Don't ever forget it." Which, honestly, it's like crazy to think that.
That he would have said that.
Yeah.
Is insane.
Like, he said it to me as
yeah.
he was my parent telling me, because, you know,
And let's be real. Like he should have been racist back.
Right,
Like, not should have
exactly.
been, but like
He
the-
would have.
the average-
normally,
the average man
yes.
Right.
coming from Merci at the age of 70 something is not gonna
Be-
talk this way.
Correct.
Right.
And I will never forget.
No black people in
yeah.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And honestly, like when I think back, like the little things that he taught us, little things, like they made us the good people we are. Because we are good people. I feel like we're good people. I mean, come on, look at Nick. The love he had from he could make a friend walking down the freaking street.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
yes, you guys are good people. I will confirm this for you. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it was just like he definitely made us the people we are today. Like my mom and my dad, they would never saw people like that. They always said, you have to take the person. You have to make sure you make your own decision on how they are. Okay. I mean,
Yeah. It is insane because you do tell me stories about Baba, and he seems so progressive. Like the stuff that you would tell me that he would say, like, and not even about like people or race or anything, just like about life in general. Like, yeah,
times.
like
Yeah.
I feel like this guy probably could have written a book.
he should have.
Could have
Right.
been a poet.
He
Like
should've.
honestly.
And the funny thing was, like you say that now, though, he couldn't even write his name
yeah.
because he had no schooling. He literally grew up on a farm in Ulchen. He was the breadwinner for all of his family. He had two older brothers, 3 older sisters, 4 older sisters. He had 2 younger brothers. He was literally the breadwinner as a child. He says to me all the time, I remember when I was 9 years old, I would put on my dad's boots and I would go stand in the river in the winter
Mm.
to catch fish.
Different
think-
life. Different life.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like 9 years old.
That's so wild.
Wow.
But I mean, he was a great guy. My dad was a really good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think you lost him at such a young age. Because when I was younger, I never like processed how young that like you were. You know, like you would tell me, yeah, I lost him when I was 17. And, like when you're little, you think 17's so old.
Mm-hmm.
And then like now, when I process that, I'm like,
Yeah,
Damn.
17. But you know, the sad thing was he was young.
yeah.
Not
Well,
just
he wasn't. Yeah, he was young, but he was an older dad, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because he got married at 40.
Yeah.
So he was definitely an older dad. But still, like now, I think now about then, like if he would have just made it 5 extra years, not even 10,
Mm-hmm.
if he would have lived to 75, he would have seen me get married.
Mhm.
He would have seen Robert.
Mm-hmm.
He would have watched Mark get married.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have seen all of his children married, and he would have been able to experience so many grandchildren.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I mean, he missed out on like from
there's a ton.
Jackie all the way,
Yeah. Yeah.
all
It's
the way down.
wild. It's wild.
Lena was pregnant with Jackie when he died.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, he would have experienced all of that,
Yeah.
but not even more than 5 years. And people, you know, my one friend that comes into the lab that I take care of her, she's going to be 100 on the 3rd.
Mm.
On March 3rd, she's going to be 100.
Your friend.
She's the cutest little lady in the world. But she said to me one day, she goes, "Can I give you a piece of advice?" And I said, "Anything you want to tell me, I will take."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "If you live to be 100 years old, it's still not enough time."
It's crazy.
And she's going to be 100. And it's still not enough time. Which, yeah, it goes really damn quick.
Yeah.
Before you know it,
Yeah.
your kids are walking, then they're
I heard-
riding bikes, and then they're driving cars, and then they're getting married, then they're having kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like
It's a
crazy.
beautiful thing, life. I heard this thing and it was like when you're a kid, like Christmas can't come soon enough. Like you always ask like when's Christmas? When's Christmas? When's Christmas? When you're 20, it feels like it happens in like 6 months. Like Christmas is always 6 months away.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in your 50s, it's like 3 months. And then when you're 100, Christmas comes every week because of how fast time
Time
goes.
goes,
yeah.
It's just
For sure.
yeah, it's wild. Okay, so let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about
Something funny.
yeah, we'll get there. No,
Well, I love hearing those stories. Though.
yeah, me too. I really do.
Well, you know, your parents probably have the same exact stories, like
Not the same exact, but
It's-
like similar. Yeah,
similar stories. To
Similar
life.
vibe, but different.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
it's still like much
Because
different.
it was never easy for anybody to come into this country. Like we all got here because of one person, my cousin Louis.
mm-hmm.
My cousin Louis brought every single one of us to America. Like without him, none of us could have been here.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, it's not much different now either. Like people come into this country and they just are looking for an opportunity, and they just it's not easy for anyone ever when you're trying to come here and make it. You know,
well, and a lot of times it's funny because Dad will always say to me too, "Oh, we're never going to have anybody else come and live with us." Well, that's not true. I will always have an open door for somebody that needs to have a place.
Because you had that.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
I've got the best thing in the world because Sandra came to live with us.
It's crazy thinking back then. Like, well, we could do it now though, right? But it just I feel like it happened more so back then, where like, so my dad's brother was here. He was in Hamtramck. My dad and his oldest brother, they came after, but they went to France. And so my dad's oldest brother, he passed away too, God rest his soul. They were like just in France for like a month or two. And then he was like, oh, I'm staying in France. Like the whole plan was to come to America, but he like stayed there for like a month or two. And he's like, oh no, I'm chilling here. Like you go ahead, you go to America. Like he loved it.
Yeah.
So he just changed his mind, stayed in France. Then my dad goes to Mexico to California, was in California for a minute, could have stayed there because we had family there. And then he obviously wanted to be with his brother, came to Hamtramck, dishwasher.
Started his
learn to speak English. But he's been there ever since.
Yeah.
40 years, 40 plus years.
Yeah, but it worked out great for
No,
him.
it worked out great. And then, but is it like, like all he knows is like work, bust his ass, like grind, you know what I mean? Like,
Gratefully, as we get a little older, we get a little smarter. Like your parents just went to Muncie last summer. Right. They were over there for how long? 3-4 weeks?
1 month.
A whole month.
Yeah.
So as we get a little older, we get smarter. We I don't care what it is. Dad always says, we're going on vacation. We go on vacation.
Yeah.
April and November for sure. We're going somewhere.
Yeah. You're saying you learned to like give yourself that
extra stuff that we need.
The enjoyment.
Yeah, we work hard. We deserve
Relax.
to have it.
You need a break.
Absolutely. Somebody said to me one time, you guys take a lot of trips. Hell yes.
Well, now you guys are at the point where you should. Like, there should be nothing holding you back.
The trips. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, all of my kids are gratefully taken care of. They're all very educated. Hello. What? You are on the podcast. Do not cuss. Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
He's like, what?
Let's switch it up.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about, so you're a phlebotomist, but I want to talk a little bit about the fact that you've brought 15 kids into the world
Human beings, yes.
Being a little doula.
Yes, I have.
Samir, do you know what a doula is?
Yeah, Nicolette told me yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I never heard. I didn't know that's what it was called.
That's what it is. It's a doula is a person that supports mom and dad during labor. So I would go in, and I've done it for 15 people. Well, let me see. Let me count
It's
them.
okay. 15 is a guess. We don't have to count them all.
I'm going to say probably more than 15, but it's okay. But
Less than 20?
I want to say 18, but yes.
18.
Yeah, I want less than 20. But you go in and you support mom and dad. You help during labor. You help them. You give them support. Believe it or not, it is amazing when you have that extra person there to tell you what you need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes,
like an outside factor.
correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes that, like for me, I'm able to tell you, okay, you need to listen to me. Dad can tell her 1,000 times over, okay, listen to me, honey. You are the person that put me here.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's the first thing that's going to come out of her
Need an
mouth.
outside voice sometimes.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's great. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing. I wish I could do it all the time.
Yeah. And you just got certified, which is nice.
I did.
Did you ever think that it'd be something that you wanted to do like when you were younger? Because I know at one time I asked you, like, what do you want to be when you grew up? And you said cop.
I did.
Yeah.
I did want to be a police
Why?
I could
officer.
see you being a cop.
Where did that come from? Like, what put you on that trajectory?
I have no idea, but I remember when I was a kid, I used to tell my dad, I want to be a cop someday. And my dad would look at me and say, you're going to make a great cop. And I would be like, I am. And then obviously as you grow a little older, you think about it more and more.
Honestly, screwed it.
Yeah. But I will never forget, I was working at TJ's, the restaurant Dad and I owned with Dia Jack. I was working at TJ's, and I used to have a group of state troopers that would come in, and we would feed them for free. One guy says to me one time, the state trooper says to me, can I ask you something? I said, sure. He said, "Have you ever thought about becoming a police officer?" And I said, when I was a kid, I always wanted to do that. And he goes, "You would make a damn good cop." And I thought to myself, damn it.
She would.
But it definitely was not what I was.
You
want to
know why you would make a good cop is because like you can be good cop or you can be bad cop. Like
I can be both.
You be stern.
Yeah. Because like I feel like that's actually like your parenting style. It's like you don't need a good cop with you, but you don't need a bad cop with you either. Like she's got
She
both.
can be both, right?
Yeah, she can be both. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
But
how would you describe your parenting style actually? Because it's interesting.
well, I honestly don't know.
Because like even like from my perspective, like my friends, like growing up, they always feared my mom, but they were always so excited to also be around her. Like they all, like it's just
no. That's not what they feared me for. They feared me because they didn't want to disappoint me.
that's not true. Don't tell yourself that. That's not.
I
That's
truly
okay,
believe that.
Maybe Leon, sure, but not.
That's my boy. I
Yeah,
love him
it's
so
like maybe
much.
Leon, but not
He
my
was
fucking
so-
friends from like junior high. They don't give a fuck about disappointing you, girl.
Yeah.
He
No.
was so afraid of me. We lived forever next to each other, and my kids were sick. But even though my kids were sick, I would if Robert was sick, I would still get up and take Leon to school.
Mhm.
And I would go and I'd be like, "Come on," and he'd be like, "Robert's not. Get in the car." And I'd take him to school and I'd pick him up and take him up. "Don't forget your homework." Okay. He was always so afraid of me, but he loved me.
Mm.
He did love me, and I loved Leon. Always loved Leon.
Yeah,
But-
but no, but I'm just saying like like everyone would always be like your mom's so cool, but they would also be like very
Oh,
scared
shit.
of her too. Yeah,
Yeah.
like oh shit.
Maybe it's
Angie's
the
here.
Bronx part of me.
I don't know, girl. I don't
It's
know.
a possibility. Like that part of me.
But I
does
think that's-
sometimes
I think
come
it's,
out.
I think it's just you're not like if it's on your mind, you're gonna say it, good or bad.
Yeah.
That's true. But that part does come out of
So
me
like if a
sometimes.
kid in junior high does something stupid, you're gonna call him out for it
Right.
to like teach him.
Oh,
Like
for
you're not
sure.
gonna call him out and make fun of him, but you're gonna call him out, teach him, and then like they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But then you'll flip that switch, and then like now you're cracking jokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility.
I feel like
For
it might be a
sure.
little bit of that.
Yeah.
But it was fun watching myself learn with you guys. Like it was
Mhm.
different with Robert, different with Bita, different with you. Obviously,
Mhm.
everything is different as it progresses in life. But I literally learned to be a parent watching each one of you
Yeah.
step up in life. Like Robert was just
Who was the
always-
best?
Who's your
Okay.
favorite?
Do you remember those pictures? Remember when Angie and Becky came in and they were like, "Oh, we see who's your favorite," because Robert had the big
Mhm.
senior picture. So Robert had a huge senior picture on the wall. It was just because he was a senior. The girls hadn't been seniors yet. But I told Angie and Becky, well, that's not going to be true because if Robert's my favorite or the best, Sophia's going to have 3 of those pictures on the damn wall because her GPA is better than both of theirs put together. But
Yeah, but that's just
who's
school.
the best as child-wise? You guys all had your pluses and negatives.
okay. What were they? What were mine as a kid?
As a kid, you were always the one that would be willing to eat anything I gave her.
Shocker. Shocker.
I knew that would happen.
No complaining.
No complaining. Honest to God, it was the best thing in the world.
I'm pretty good with that shit still.
She really truly is. But I'll make something. I'll try it. She eats it, But Robert was the worst eater.
Oh, another shocker.
because
Look how
he-
skinny he
I
is.
know,
Asshole.
Because
Like
literally,
picky.
Robert was a picky eater because I have pictures of Bobby, which is my father-in-law.
My dad's dad.
Yes, walking Robert around the block trying to feed him food.
Yeah, little because he's
Like,
a little
literally, that's how bad.
spoiled brat.
Yeah, that's how bad of a
Well, I
eater
probably
was.
was like, I don't get any attention. Just give me what I can.
Well, I got to be honest. Elizabeth was always one of those ones where she never complained. She always just kind of sat there.
Dude, the home videos
She-
are so gen off.
Yeah.
It's so
literally
sad.
is. Like she
Like
was
the
a-
middle child shit.
Yeah, for sure. I was a horrible parent. To her.
No, that's
I
not
was.
true.
I
That's
was.
not true. But
I
okay, here's the
don't think she'd say that.
no, you are not a horrible or a horrible parent. But the thing is like there's a video of me when I first came home from the hospital, and Beata's like, "Mom, can I hold her? Mom, can I hold her? Mom, can I hold her?" Whatever, like over and over again. And then
It's true.
and then Robert's like, "No, let me." Robert's a brat.
He was a brat.
A
He
brat.
was 4.
Let me hold
Okay,
her.
but
Let me hold her.
You look back now. He was only 4
And Robert's just like, "No, give me the baby." And my mom's like, "Hold on, Elizabeth." Like just like
because I was frustrated with his ass.
And then did Robert hold you?
yeah.
Yes.
But then when
And poor
when,
Elizabeth's trying to touch her.
but when they finally give me to her, she's like this
It was the
and
cutest
just
little thing.
smiles. It's the cutest thing.
Elizabeth was always content. Like I would put it down on the ground, give her literally this piece of paper, and she would stay an hour like that. The other guy, oh dear God. And then her, but he was also very spoiled. My father-in-law had spoiled him a
Right.
lot.
Yeah. It's not his
a
fault.
lot. Yeah, he was really, my father-in-law, that was, the world walked around Robert, not Robert around the world.
Yeah.
But, and then she came around, by the time she was around, it was done, whatever.
Yeah.
But honestly, I want to say Elizabeth probably was the easiest one.
Mm-hmm.
She came home from the hospital. She was easy, didn't give me any trouble. She literally slept through the night all the time.
She still likes to sleep.
Yeah, she does. Literally. Never had any issues with her. She ate good. She would eat when she wanted to eat. When she didn't want to eat, she wouldn't eat. I didn't bother her.
Always good at moderation.
She made her own decisions at too. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm not hungry right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm not kidding you. Honest to God, I'd be like, here.
Yeah.
Like,
Kids are so funny.
okay. She don't want to eat. All right. But Elizabeth was an easy child her entire life. Her entire life.
Okay, so we know who your favorite is. That's fine.
My favorite is Gabriel.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
he's not yours.
Gabriel and Archie. So they're my favorites, right? Archie Poo? Archie Poo?
Yeah.
Hi. But as my child, my favorite child, I don't have a favorite.
No, of course you
I
don't.
don't.
I would hope you
love
don't.
all of them equally the same. I love them different because they're different people.
Yeah.
But I love them equally the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna do something fun, and it's gonna be like who's most likely to for your kids. So out of me, Robert, and Beta.
Okay.
Okay, and then you just have to.
Answer.
Can I read them?
Yeah. There's a few
Stay
there.
plugged in, right?
Yeah. Careful.
Oh,
All right. We'll skip the who's most likely to finish eating first. Rob, probably.
Honestly,
Is
no.
Rob
me.
the quick eater?
no.
It
Oh,
would
yeah?
be me for
Even
sure.
now, Robert eats slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm a fast fucking eater.
I eat so fast. So bad.
Okay. Okay, we'll start off like this. Who's most likely to wear their shirt backward?
Robert.
You think so?
Well, maybe you.
No, I think it's Robert.
Who's most likely to cheer another person up?
Oh, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is your guys' cheerleader.
That's true.
She's always.
She's our cheerleader, but to cheer us up, like to
oh,
cheer someone
like
up.
to make you happy.
Yeah,
Let's say if they're sad. Say
Oh.
if someone's
Yeah.
sad, who's most likely to
I think it's
cheer 'em
Robert.
up?
I think
Yeah,
it's
Robert
Robert.
definitely,
Robert's
yeah.
good in like situations where like you might not know how to tread. Like,
yes,
and
for
he's,
sure.
like, good
I
at
thought
that.
you meant like a cheer up, like to make you
Like a
feel
cheerleader.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I'm
no.
sorry. Automatically it goes to cheer.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to get the whole family in trouble?
Robert.
I kind of knew that one. That's why I was like, all right, I'm happy to
I
read this
think
one.
that's the answer. I don't know. Or Tony.
Who's most likely to sing along to car music?
This one here.
I think it's me, but I also think it's Beta. Like Beta.
Yeah, but
I think it's all of us actually.
I know I can't sing for crap. But
yeah,
I'm
but it's
always
not about
trying.
how good you can sing. It's about how. It's about you just singing.
Trying.
Yeah.
I can't do it, but I try.
Yeah, I would honestly say Beta over me.
Who is most likely to make a mess?
Robert.
So who's most likely to have 10 dirty cups in their room? Robert as well?
No, Fia'a.
Fia?
But that's not my fault. Here's the thing. Let me tell you why.
Not her fault.
Let me tell you why.
She takes the cup.
Is it the
Neta,
10?
Neta comes over, Beta comes over, friends come over, they sit in my room, they bring their mugs there, they bring their cups there. It's not just my stuff.
Okay, but have them take them out.
Robert's fucking ass, but when he lived here, how many water bottles would he have in his room?
Oh God.
Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Him.
Yeah.
We're pretty equal
I
like
guess
that.
it's equal with
It's
that
really
one,
interesting
or
though when you look at your
Samira.
like when you're
that one's equal.
and when you're in your like when you have two siblings, like, there's three of you. It's so interesting because there's things that me and Robert are so alike on, and then things that only me and Beta are so alike on, and then there's things that only Beta and Robert are so alike on.
Right.
Like it's
That's
just
dope.
it's really interesting.
It is.
Who's most likely to lose something important?
Me, unfortunately.
I would say yes to that.
Yeah.
I would definitely say yes to that.
Who is most likely to be late?
Robert.
Yeah.
100%.
Robert. Yeah.
The girls always used to be like, if we're 15 minutes early, that means we're late. It was always from something from Beck and Cheer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely Robert.
Who is most likely to finish their chores first?
Do I have to answer any one of those people?
We never had chores, but Beta,
Beta was always
because she
top
always
things.
would just like if somebody
Responsible?
yes.
Well,
more.
Who's maybe
more responsive. So like, if my dad and mom ask me to do something, I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it.
and you'll get
Eventually.
around to it.
I'll get to
Eventually.
it. Yeah, I'll get to it. But Beta is like my parents, were like, just do it now. I'm asking you to do it now. Like she would get mad at me, like, go do it. Like
Go
they
do
just
it,
ask
do
you
it
to
now, get it over with,
Yeah.
and you don't have to worry
Where
about
I'm
it.
like, I'll get it done. Don't worry, But
Who's most likely to be up first on Christmas morning? Was she like always just up
I
on
think
Christmas
so,
morning?
yes.
Yeah.
Always, dude.
I don't think
Always.
she slept, but
You remember when I spent Christmas with you guys?
Yeah,
That was the
that was
best.
fun.
that was
That
so
was
I
a-
felt
we gotta
bad.
do that
I
again.
felt guilty,
Why?
but I know now, like, you know how I had a little guilt, but right away I knew
that it's
like,
fine.
you guys enjoyed it too.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
We should do that
But
next
like,
year.
I mean, if you
Guys come and
Christmas,
spend
like,
the
you know
night.
what I'm saying? Like,
I know,
just think
but
about it.
yeah,
From like
yeah.
an outsider's point of view.
Yeah.
It was
like,
different,
this
but it was
kid
so
is
much
just
fun.
over, and like I wasn't that close with you guys. Like
Yeah.
that was like me. I was
Getting
becoming
there.
close with
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
I think so, yeah.
You know,
But we
Tony
always-
was probably like, "What the fuck?"
No, but we literally
I think
always
so.
were the type of people that were just like, yeah, come. Yeah, come. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just
Right,
come.
right,
Like,
right.
never.
No, you guys
door
were
was
always like the door's always
always
open here.
Yeah.
I know
Always
that. I know
open,
that for
always,
sure.
yeah.
I know because if I like drop something off, like rare times I ever do, like say if I just swing by here and I plan a beer for like 2 minutes, like I'm
And you're
forced
not.
inside.
Yeah.
And now I'm drinking
Yeah,
2 beers
yeah.
with Tony
Right,
or something,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But what I want to say, did we ever tell that story on the podcast when I slept here? When I slept over?
I
We
don't
must
know.
have. We had
I
to
think
have.
we must
We had
have.
to like
Yeah.
a Christmas maybe last
Yeah,
year.
That was
definitely.
the best Christmas ever. It was a Christmas miracle. A holiday feast.
No, it was fun.
You
It
made me
was.
bacon and shit. No, okay.
I made you turkey bacon.
You made me. I know. You made me a separate meal.
I
know.
did.
That
I
was
made you
awesome.
turkey bacon. I would never do that to
I
you.
know. I know.
Yep.
Okay, who's most likely to invent something?
Probably Sophia.
I'm the smartest.
Probably Sophia. I did not say that.
Okay,
But
this is a good one. Who is most likely to push the boundaries between a truth and a lie?
Robert, there's no doubt in my mind. Sophia can't even answer that because she knows
Who's most likely to argue back?
Sophia.
Yeah, that's true.
Most likely to slam the door when mad?
Sophia.
But then I would always open. That was a wind. I didn't mean to do that.
She did. She would say that all the time.
I never meant
That's
to.
bending between the truth and a lie.
Yeah, right.
Like the window was open.
Yeah.
You know, but there was a
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
Sure there was. 99 outside with a humidity of 100. Sure there was a draft.
Okay. Who's most likely to work for the CIA?
Me. I'm not included in this. Damn it.
I don't
Wow,
know.
CIA.
Not-
Probably, I would say Robert.
Yeah, not Beta.
No, God, she would give up so much information. If somebody took her, she'd be like, "Here, I'll give it to you."
I couldn't do it either. Robert would be good
I
at
think
it.
Robert probably, yeah.
Who is most likely to do something clumsy in public?
What do you mean? Haven't you ever seen those videos?
Yeah, right. Dropping the cement.
No, the only one I could think of is the Home Depot
Yeah.
one. With the
That's
bag. Is
it.
that the one
That's
you're thinking of?
enough.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That video is so funny, but you're just not helping.
No.
That's like your fault.
No, it's not. Because
No,
she
no,
knew
that's
what was
Faith's
going to happen.
Because, like, yeah, you knew it was going to happen, so you started recording. Like, you know? Who's most likely to answer the phone on the first ring?
Robert.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, for sure.
He always answers the phone for
That's
me.
me.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't not answer a phone call.
Let's do a few more and then we'll do about her.
sorry.
No, you're
Okay,
good. If you see any that stand out.
Who's most likely to give all their belongings away?
Beta.
Yeah, Beta for sure. She's so charitable.
She'd give you the shirt off her back. She would literally
Yeah.
give you the shirt off her back.
Okay. So this is our we're closing here. We're gonna ask a few questions about you.
Okay.
And I've looked up instead of like our rapid fire ones, it's like 20 questions to ask your mother.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for kids to ask their mothers or grandmothers.
And guess what? I'm going to be a grandmother.
Oh yeah, you are.
yeah.
That's
Isn't that
cute.
amazing?
Congratulations.
I'm going
Yeah.
to be a grandmother.
Okay, so
I'm
what's
going to have a little grandbaby.
I know, don't say what it is yet.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we almost made that mistake. So
No,
Yeah.
no. I know.
Okay.
But you guys do realize Channel 7 Action News knows, so the world is going to know.
why? Oh,
Ch-
Nana?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I call my mom.
My
Channel 7 Action.
grandma.
If you tell her anything, it's like a freaking newscast. I'm telling you.
Okay, ready, Mom?
Yes.
So we're gonna try to answer these as quick as possible.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it says what for adult children to ask their mothers. We'll do this one.
perfect.
What is your favorite?
You're an adult. No.
Yeah, I am. What's your favorite scent, and what scent makes you feel nostalgic?
Cinnamon.
Is that your nostalgic one?
It's my favorite smell.
Okay, but which scent makes you feel nostalgic?
Cinnamon.
What does it bring you back to?
It brings me back to my uncle's house when my Nusia Daifranita would make cinnamon rolls.
Oh, cute.
Yep.
What's your favorite song?
That's the one. Oh my God, it's from Robin Hood. It's Vicky's wedding song. I can't remember it. And you would think I would know it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, well,
oh no, my favorite song is Elvis. Wise men say.
I can't help falling in love with you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
my
song.
she used to
song.
sing it all the time.
I used to sing it to them as babies all
Yeah.
the time.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
know why make us cry with your voice.
I know.
What music makes you feel happiest? Just types of music.
I was gonna say Albanian, but that's it.
I think Albanian. You know, I was singing
love
Albanian
it.
music
I love
too because
dancing to it.
yeah, that's why. So
it
you're the
makes me
happiest
happy.
when you're listening to
Yeah.
Albanian music.
I mean, I don't want
Constantly, you're
sometimes
generally
I
at a wedding.
really do like to listen to Albanian music,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I really would say Albanian music.
I was thinking like Journey.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like we
Back
just
in the
listened to it
days.
when we
Oh
were,
yeah.
If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
Take your time.
What is your all-time favorite meal?
Eggplant parmesan, but it's got to be Lena's mom used to make it the best.
So
eggplant.
Neta's grandma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Neta's grandma, God rest her soul, made the best eggplant parmesan in the world. I loved it.
Okay. If you could change one thing about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Nothing.
Okay. If you could change one thing about the way you raised me, what would it be?
Nothing.
Confident. I
Uh-huh.
like it. I know it's true though,
I think I
because
did
then-
Well,
good.
it turned out great, thank
Yeah, I think
God.
I
So
did
why would
good.
you change
I
something?
think I
Mhm.
did good. Yeah. I don't want to go back. I don't want to change things because the way I have it is perfect.
Tell me about a challenge you've overcome.
A challenge I've overcome. Well, I went to school and changed my career in my 30s. And I
pretty
got
big.
straight A's, and I've become one of the best phlebotomists there is. And then I went back to school and became a doula.
Yeah.
So I've overcome all of those typical Albanian women that can't do jack.
Mm-hmm.
I did it all.
Tell me about the most important object that you own.
My dad's pocket watch.
What's a rule you secretly love to break?
Eating chocolate.
It's not a rule, but it's
It's
okay.
a rule you should never eat chocolate, but I love to eat chocolate.
That's not true. You should eat chocolate. What's one day that you'll never forget?
April 1st, 1994.
The day my brother was born.
The day I became a mama.
Love it. Okay. Well, that's it.
That's it.
That wraps it up.
How about a Samir question? Like, how much?
You're
do
gonna
I
ask
love
me for it.
Samir?
Don't worry about it. I'm on here every week.
How mu-
Oh,
how much
like,
do I
oh.
love Samir?
How much do you love Samir?
1 to 10 or 12.
Wow.
Well, I love you at 13 for real.
Ooh,
You're awesome.
Look at that. 13.
All right, Mama. Thanks for coming on.
It was so much fun.
Thank you.
I
You killed
love
it.
You guys.
I love
I
you.
listen to you guys all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
And it worked out that we recorded here too.
Yeah, it did.
You know.
That's
Very
great.
well, yeah.
It's wonderful. I hope
Nicolette was like, "Get John." That's when I texted
when
you.
is Nicolette going to come on?
She's been on.
She's been on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. She was on. She was our first guest on our second season,
Oh, my God.
Which
did I
was
not
like
listen to that?
episode,
which was like
20?
January of last year.
yeah.
20? Episode 20-ish?
I don't know, around there. Yeah, back
Now I
there.
got to go back and look at Nicolette's because I
Mhm.
swear I think I listened to
Yep,
all of them.
it's called The
but-
Middle Child.
Oh, I got to go back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, y'all. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening.
Thank you guys for
Thanks
having
for coming,
me. It was so much
Mom.
fun.
Peace out.
Worked out very
Love you
well.
guys.
Love you. Bye.